good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Thank you for joining me live here today for the SCOMv6 L7-30 launch. My name is Will and I'll be your launch commentator today. So yeah, this is the return to flight for Daphnis as well, after we had a brief anomaly on, well, it was the 1st or the 2nd of July, but I think we've rectified that. And I think there was a statement from the Daphnis lead earlier, Caden, and I will briefly summarize that for you. After a swift and smooth investigation with the Federal Aviation Administration, we found that the issue that destroyed BN004 was an issue that stemmed from the guidance, navigation and control (GNC). We've implemented a fix and it has worked flawlessly during simulations and hardware-in-the-loop testing. The issue is that the Generation 1 Daphnis boosters the issue is common with the Generation 1 Daphnis boosters, so using this opportunity to go all in on Gen 1.5. Gen 1.5 has flown already, but all Gen 1 boosters will be scrapped except booster number 007, Return to Sender, which will be put in display at our headquarters in Newquay, England. So yeah, I think today, as well as the SCOM launch, obviously, it will be a big proof that Daphnis, especially Generation 1.5, can perform like a beast. Because obviously, as I keep on mentioning, Daphnis is the workhorse. I will try to find out. I'm not sure if we have switched from the 7 to 9 engines yet. I will try to find out for you guys. And if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the YouTube chat, and I will try my best to answer them. I'm having some information now that we have not had the refurbishment and new engines. That will be on Gen 2, and obviously we're currently on Generation 1.5. I believe there is a mission patch for this mission that I'm sure will be coming up on the screen in a few minutes.
Booster fantastic complete.
So the booster fins are responsible for making sure that we have a normal landing. So today, I believe that we'll be doing a return to launch site landing. So that's where we'll land back at the pad. I believe one of the issues was common with the sort of drone ship landings. So we're going to try our best to get the booster back. I think that was one of the main goals for the investigation, but now that's obviously concluded. So yeah, if you do have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Just past that T-minus 7 minute mark until today's launch. So a little overview of who is doing what roles for today's launch. Oh, there you can see there the mission patch, Daphnis, SCOMv6, and the return to flight. That there, for those who could not tell, is meteors on the screen. And there we can see there, we are being joined live. Well, that's a picture, sorry, from Dave Kerman. He's one of the engineers here at Saturn Aerospace, and that was from one of the previous Daphnis launches where we successfully managed to cover the booster at the pad. What a guy.
Now the engine show has begun.
So the engines on that Daphnis first stage have now begun to chill. Just past that T-minus 6 minute mark until today's launch. So a little bit more about Daphnis. Daphnis is the company's workhorse vehicle, launching a majority of our payloads and providing rideshare missions to customers across the globe. Daphnis will help the team to reach the moon by providing quick experience required in launching rockets into space. And Daphnis will also soon use 9 engines instead of 7 for ultra power on the booster stage, as well as if the whole vehicle will be rebuilt from the ground up for a new version 2 or Generation 2, that will support missions to the moon and beyond. So yeah, the investigation and the whole turnaround only took a matter of 2 days, if you could even call it that. I think it was exactly 48 hours. So yeah, we did work closely alongside the FAA just to identify these issues, and now we obviously returned to flight. And I think today will should be a demonstration of the ingenuity and the perseverance of the team here, and how we can get it all done. And obviously, as you know, return to flight missions are some of the most closely watched in the industry. And I think today is all about, as well as the SCOMv satellites, it's just about proving that we can reliably launch payloads into orbit. Those who don't know what SCOMv is our internal communications network, and this is available to the public, and it's providing space like satellite internet, and is available to users around the world. Also, we use Daphnis and Rhea, and previously Phoebe Heavy, I presume. Before that was sent off to Blackrock Dynamics. See, now we're just 3 minutes and 30 seconds until today's launch. So yeah, as I said, today we are aiming to recover the booster. I will just try to find out what boost this actually is. This is the second flight for booster serial number 10.
Attention all operators on the countdown one. This is the LD for the final go no go poll. Traffic control.
Go.
Range.
Just doing a call back from the range there.
Recovery.
Go.
Propellant.
Go.
Copy. LD is go for launch.
And there we go. All stations have currently pulled go for launch at the T minus 2 minutes and 30 second mark. Unfortunately, we did have a little bit of a problem there with the communications from range, but they have pulled on the internal systems that they are go for launch. So it could have been just a slight communications issue, as I have said. To see. And the strung back arm has retracted there in order to make ways for today's launch. And you can see the gas venting off the side of the booster there. That's because Canada is a very hot and humid place.
Final spaceport alarm sounded.
And the cold gas and fuel mixing with the warm air is what creates those little clouds that you see on the screen. And the final spaceport alarm is just to get everybody away from the
check.
launch pad. Encroaching on T minus for 1 minute until today's launch. So I am actually going to leave you here. So yes, Godspeed SCOMv6, Godspeed Daphnis, and let's smash this return to flight.
That's 30 seconds. That's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, ignition, 2, 1.
Fast motion.
First motion. Vehicles pitching downrange.
You're having a slight issue with the SCOMv satellite, so that is why you're seeing a kind of laggy stream. But we are seeing a good ignition of all 7 engines aboard Daphnis.
Stage 1 chamber pressures are nominal.
You can see there the Union Jack on the side of the Daphnis booster. Just an ode to us. Saturn Aerospace is a British company based out of Newquay, England, in Cornwall. See the Daphnis kind of piercing that little slight cloud. You have a view there of the SCOMv satellites that are inside the payload bay. The fairing, sorry. Very nice view of the pad though there. Just over T plus 1 minute.
Telemetry nominal.
Max Q.
Max Q is the maximum amount of aerodynamic pressure that will be exerted on the vehicle during today's launch. That is when we have the most atmosphere, but also the most speed that encourages a bigger force on the vehicle. That's the best way to explain it. Looks like the SCOMv satellites are beginning to kick in a bit. At 300 meters a second almost now. At 8 kilometers. Sorry, 9. So yeah, today we'll be hoping for a booster return to launch site, but also a nominal insertion of the second stage, just to prove Daphnis and the Generation 1.5 capabilities. See there, Daphnis bringing it to pitch down range quite heavily. T plus 2 minute mark. Let's get some Daphnis spam in the chat, please.
Stage 2 final engine job complete.
There we go, the second stage engines have chilled. Just in preparation for the MECO and the stage separation between the first and second stages. A nice view there of the 2 engines that will be powering the second stage on today's launch.
Main engine cut
Unfortunately,
off.
unlike there we see MECO and separation.
Separation confirmed.
Beautiful.
Seeing good ignition on both stage 2 engines.
Guys, let's get that W landing in the chat. So you can see their 3 engines aboard Daphnis have ignited for the boost back burn, and the
Stage
2
one boost back
engines
burn.
aboard the second stage. The 2 engines aboard the second stage are performing nominally.
All stations, go, no go for booster landing. LD,
LD is go.
DC,
Go.
RC,
Go.
PRO,
Go.
ENG.
Engines are go.
Go for booster landing.
And there we go, all stations have pulled go for booster landing today. This was unlike the last flight, where unfortunately we did not have a nominal landing. So today's goals are to return the Daphnis booster to the launch site and also to have a nominal orbital insertion of the SCOMv satellites and hopefully a nominal separation. I'm not sure if we'll be sticking around in the stream for that. I believe that we did just see a brief view of the second stage.
Stage 2 chamber pressures are nominal.
Those is not what nominal means. Nominal means that normal, basically, and we're continuing to perform as expected.
Engine
And
temperatures
within-
at both stages looking good.
Operational parameters. I really cannot speak today. I believe there we've just
Booster FPS
seen
is saved.
the cutoff of the boost back burn. For those who don't know what FTS is as well, FTS is a flight termination system and will automatically
Frank
terminate the
separation
rocket
confirmed.
if the onboard flight computers determine that the vehicle could no longer perform its duties and could risk a hazard. Master quite using all 7 engines for landing would be it's quite overboard. I mean, for boost back burn, it also does make it hard to fine tune whilst using so many engines. You can get more precise control if you are just using the 3 engines. You can see there, 58 kilometers. Daphnis has re-entered the Earth's atmosphere and is quite fastly falling back to Earth. And then we just hope that the landing burn will slow us down to a gentle 0 miles an hour back at the launch site. Meets a second even. And there you can see a visualization of the second stage as it continues to ascend along the launch corridor.
Both stage telemetries and data are good.
Well, that's reassuring to hear. Moving now to the launch pad, as you can see on the left-hand side of your screen. Views from the side of the booster stage. Oh, there we go. The media team has now put it on the middle of the screen. See there actually the booster trail of where we originally launched. You can see the plumes that came off the back of the rocket. You can see aerodynamic forces beginning to exert on the rocket. You can see that white kind of shockwave coming off the side of the booster. Coming in hard and fast right now. The launch pad in view. And the landing site.
Landing burn startup.
See all 3 engines for today's landing burn has begun. This is going to be quite a long landing burn just because how fast we are coming in. Also, we do want to make sure, with this being the return to flight, that the booster does land smoothly. And this will be corrected in further flights, obviously. Slow and steady wins away the race. See the amount of times that we've landed on this pad, there is plumes, well, smoke remnants on the bottom. Slowly but surely. Landing legs have deployed now.
Landing legs deployed.
I was early. Easy does it.
Daphnis is confirmed landed.
And there we go. That is how you do it.
Seco, nominal orbital insertion.
And every single thing has been achieved apart from the payload separation, but I think the main aims of today's flight have been accomplished, and this has been a very, very successful return to flight. A massive well done to the whole team at Saturn Aerospace, especially Caden as
Payload
the
separation confirmed.
DAFNIS lead. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Every single target for this mission has been accomplished. Thank you very much to the whole Saturn team and for the Federal Aviation Administration for their work in getting the booster back, getting DAFNIS back into space. I think everybody that has been involved has been a credit to the whole process. 172 kilometers
Please move them with deorbit procedures.
of the Earth's surface, and
Okay.
we will deorbit this second stage just so that we don't leave any junk in space. And I think this will mark the end of today's stream. Thank you very much for joining me. I've been Will. I am the mission specialist here at Saturn Aerospace. Thank you very much and good night.